Welcome to RISKSA TV. We're here at the first day of the Insurance Conference 2014 at Sun City, and we're speaking to Servaas du Plessis from Censeo. Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Christy.
Firstly, for those of our viewers who don't know, what exactly does Censeo do?
We primarily focus on high-risk assessments or verification of short-term and life claims. Those claims that sits outside of the appetite of the underwriter or with a question mark relating to fraud or dishonesty.
So it's quite an interesting viewpoint that you have because you work across short-term and life. What are some of the interesting and maybe concerning trends that you're seeing in the industry now?
What we've picked up, especially over the last 6 months, and the question that I get most asked is, how did the strike in the mining sector affect insurance fraud? And when you look at the figures, the fraud ratio in the Northwest and Limpopo provinces are up 40%, more than 40% over the last 6 months when compared to previous similar periods. In the life space, we've seen quite subtle changes in the funeral hospital cash plan space, new syndicates coming out, and obviously the crime shifting where it used to be confined to the KZN rural and North Eastern Cape area. We're now picking up trends in Limpopo, Northwest. So, as soon as you focus in a specific area, the crime tends to move into another area where there's not as much eyes looking out for it.
Absolutely. Any other interesting and concerning trends that you're noticing in the industry?
I must say, from an organised crime perspective, the propensities remain pretty much the same. There's no real increase. The increase on opportunistic fraud because of the financial pressure, obviously it's not only the mining strike, but we've had 2 interest rate hikes. The fuel price is quite high. The trend with the e-toll obviously affecting the consumers' pockets. We've seen quite a big increase in fraud in the Johannesburg, Pretoria area as well. But I mean, fraud is an ancient crime, and I think it's increasing on a yearly basis. People are getting more advanced with their schemes, and you have to keep ahead of them or try and keep ahead of them the whole time.
Are you seeing more technology-based fraud and that kind of thing?
Not really. I've been to the UK earlier in the year, and one of the topics was specifically cybercrime. I think because of the low value of our currency, we may be affected by cybercrime, not that we are aware of. But I don't think to the same extent that you have in the Europe and the UK, where it's dollar or euro or even dollar-based in the Americas. But we most certainly not, shielded from cybercrime. So I think the trend will start picking up not too far from now.
The theme of the conference and the talks inside has been very much about technology and innovation. You've just launched an app. Tell us a bit about it and why brokers should get it.
Yeah, we designed the application for literally from inception of the policy through the entire life cycle of the policy, and then obviously at the back of it, claims management and even your recoveries and liabilities aspect of it. So from a broker's perspective, the capital outlay to invest in technology is very often out of their reach. So one thing the app will do, it will ensure the broker with relatively low cost, which is on a transactional basis, to start rating his client literally from inception throughout the entire policy life cycle with claims, inventory, the value of his property that he wants to insure, and he can also track the amendments on the policy through the application. It's very simple. It's available on app and Google Play on Android. And we see that obviously that's going to be the future. People are getting more and more paperless, and technology obviously enhances your efficiencies. So you get a lot more done with the same number of staff. It's not always very well for the employment in the country, but at least the technology that we're building is more an enabler. So it doesn't replace the person still doing the work, but it just gives him so much more information and a better platform to work from, so that they can repeat every time the full process.
Absolutely. And if there are people here today looking to download the app, is it available now, and can they come to you for assistance?
Yeah, they can either go onto our website. There are announcements on the app. We've built several applications from insurer specific, which we brand for the insurer depending on their requirements. There's certain of the apps that's obviously exclusive to our business because it follows the train and the chain of evidence in a forensic or a fraud examination. We're launching very soon the loss adjuster apps, but yeah, there are various apps. It's probably better to go to our website or contact us at info@censeo.co.za and we'll take it from there.
Okay, fantastic. And lastly, the conference is bigger than it has ever been before. Your thoughts and what has been the highlight for you so far?
Yeah, it's my first year at the conference. I normally send our marketing and our operational heads to attend. I think there's a hell of a lot of value in the networking. I must say, most of the talks, we've seen it many times over the last year, so there's nothing really new. From a regulatory perspective, it's always interesting to know what is coming, how the regulations, are going to play in the insurance space and also on us. But I think the most valuable for me so far has been the networking.
Absolutely. Well, we're very glad you joined us, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
For RISKSA TV, I'm Christy van der Merwe.